Insiders. Harry and Meghan, it seems to me, are leaking stories again. Leaky, leaky, leaky. Prince William is smashing it over in Brazil, and it is paining the mainstream media to write that. And William's battle with the press, I have the full lowdown. Now, you won't hear this in the mainstream media because it vanished without a trace, but I'm going to tell you about him suing a French media outlet and why this is so important for us when we are looking to the future and how he will be as king. Right, let's get into it. But first of all, I just want to put some good news up on the screen because we need this at the moment. This is the cover of the Prince of Wales on Hello magazine, and it is stunning. I love it. I'm not a fan of the mainstream media, but credit where credit is due. This is great. They've led with the quote, "As a father, I think constantly about the world my children will inherit. And this is why we love you, William, because what we don't see is we don't see Princess Catherine going to Balenciaga. We don't see Princess Catherine tipping the paps off. We don't see Princess Catherine smearing the royal name through the mud and telling porcupines. And this is why Prince William and Princess Catherine are made for this role. They're trustworthy, they're dependable, and they make me proud. And I'm sure they make many of you in the Commonwealth proud. What I'm not proud about is Harry and Meghan leaky, leaky, leaky. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I believe they have been leaking stories. So you will see here Prince Harry's unavoidable reason for announcing major trip in awkward William clash. This is from the Mirror. I just imagine that the PR's like, oh, I've run out of anyone that can do me a favor. It's like, please, please. I know the Mirror doesn't have that many readers, but please can you just run it? I know it's a puff piece. I know they don't like Harry and Meghan. No one does. I get it. But I'm the last staff standing because they fired the last 10, or the last 10 walked, if we're being honest. So, this is a placed piece without a doubt in my opinion. So, it says, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it was revealed, Prince Harry will travel to Canada, later this week with the announcement coming as arranged older brother Prince William kicks off a major trip. Now, let's remember, with this major trip, Prince William does not have free rein over his diary. Everything with the royals is highly scheduled, and I have it on very good authority that when Harry was in the UK last for his fake royal nauseating tour, that the palace ensured that Queen Camilla, Princess Catherine, and Prince William were not doing media that would potentially overshadow Harry. And that is what I think is disgraceful, and I said that it was a bulletproof narrative that they had created. Now, Prince William is not able to do lots and lots of tours because the palace will not let him overshadow King Charles. Obviously, Prince William is not king yet, but I would argue he is the people's king. He is the one that so many of us trust. He is the one that so many of us have put our faith in because the monarchy is incredibly important and we want it to survive, but King Charles has not had a great reign. So let's get back to this story. So this story is about it was Harry's unavoidable reason. So in this piece, we see many eyebrows were raised over the timing of Harry's announcement, which came minutes after William made his first appearance in Rio de Janeiro. In the past, there has been an unwritten rule for members of the royal family to delay major announcements when the other royals are on tour. See, this is what I told you when Harry was over here. I had it on very good authority that people were not meant to be doing press. They're not meant to be overly visible. And if you go back in time, you will remember we were all opening the mainstream media going, what planet are they on? Why are they all running this coverage? They totally have not got the mood of the nation. He is not popular. He is not welcome here. The way he has behaved, the stress that we've seen him put the late Queen through, and so many other things. Meghan's behavior is atrocious. Sighs. Oh, it winds me up. Okay. But sources close to Harry said the timing of the announcement at the exact moment Prince William arrived in Rio was unavoidable due to Harry being stripped of his royal security when he left his role as a working member of the royal family. He's still going on about this. I mean, he's got enough money. Pay for your own security. I don't really think anyone would bother him. We saw him going out trick-or-treating, going about his business. We don't care. Get on with your life. There cannot be anywhere else they can try and monetize at this point because we know none of it works. I've talked to you exclusively through Why Netflix that nothing they say is true regarding that because if Netflix were a business partner, we would see as ever products being sold on the Netflix store. I couldn't find them. We've seen that Meghan is trying to rip off Highgrove and Fort Mason products with her white label Jam Scam brand. Ridiculous. And it just goes on and on and on. Continue. The source claimed the period of time in which Harry and Meghan can release details of their events is much more truncated than it is for the King or William. And there you go. That is why you know this has been leaked. This is not how tabloids talk. Okay, this is not the kind of detail that tabloids on the whole would look to include. So it then says the sources added that the Sussexes' team was purely on advice given to them by their private security advisors. A spokesman for the Sussexes confirmed they had informed Royal Communications as a courtesy. This is backhanded. It's like they're doing them a favor. Unbelievable. And then it goes on to say that he's going to Canada, and there he will meet veterans, members of the armed forces community, and the military charities. This to me reads like a plug. So it says, this visit, months in the planning, marks the return to a city that has a special place in the Duke's heart, having played host to the Invictus Games back in 2017. He's hiding behind the Invictus Games all the time, in my opinion. Harry, and this is the key. Insiders, tabloid newspapers, whenever it looks too factual or whenever it has details that are too approved, that's when you know it's been placed. Harry, who had a long career and served on 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, used to be a firm fixture at the Remembrance Sunday service, blah blah blah. But since he and his wife Meghan dramatically quit their roles, they have not taken part in the ceremony. This is leaky. Here we go, let's put that back on the stage. It is leaky because it's unavoidable. And this is what we see with Meghan and Harry all the time. They never take accountability. Have you ever seen them say we got it wrong or, have any form of vulnerability? They are incapable of doing that. And I always like to be level-headed, and I always like to give you, factual commentary. But every single thing I see from them is just nauseating. The video that Meghan released where she was filming Harry without him knowing in their cinema room, which looked dingy, and then you've got her jumping up, running over to kiss him. Who sets up a camera in their living room to do this kind of thing? It's so wild. And then you saw with the Halloween video, how different did that look? The approved Halloween video to the pop shots of them trick-or-treating. Now, I want to come on to what I think is a massive story that the mainstream media have completely ignored. Blink and you miss it. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important. So before we do that, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would be most grateful if you value free coverage because I will not have memberships. I want this for everyone. If you value free coverage that is factual and based on my 20 years in the media, then you are in the right place. So Sky News ran a piece and it said, William and Kate win legal battle after family ski holiday photos published. A French court has ruled Mar-Paris match infringed the family's privacy as it ordered the magazine to cover their legal costs, publish a formal notice acknowledging the breach. Okay, what you need to know about this? I've seen these pictures. I looked at them on the internet because I wanted to check so I could then factually explain things to you. I have personally decided not to show them on screen because it is a breach of their privacy, without a doubt, and I do not think that I don't want to build a channel that is sharing that kind of content. But I will talk you through the pictures. So there was pictures of Prince William and Princess Catherine on the Ver, the balcony of their chalet in the French ski resort. Prince William was drinking coffee and Princess Catherine was looking over his shoulder at something on the table. But then they have pictures of all of the children in their ski outfits leaving the chalet, and Prince William is wearing some shorts and has I think a bottle of champagne, and he's holding it like that. It's not open. He's not drinking it. But this hasn't stopped all of the disgusting trolls online writing awful, awful things. Here is what you need to know. Prince William taking action against this French magazine is huge. The mainstream media are not telling you about this because then it brings up his past history of holding media accountable, and we will see Prince William run the media so differently when at the right time he becomes king.